So I tend to not remember my dreams very well, after I even like right after I wake up. I'm aware that I did dream. So there are only a couple of instances where I can actually really remember them enough to write down for this, for like the dream journal. But there was one a couple weeks ago that I remember like pretty vividly, and I think writing down helped me to remember it still. But it's kind of long and complicated. But I remember I was sitting in a car with Zayn Malik, who's a singer, um, in like a dark alleyway, and we were both dressed as superheroes. And then suddenly there were like bad guys. I don't really know why I thought they were bad guys, but they showed up, and then the Avengers showed up to help us fight them. Um, and then this went on for like a little bit, and then the dream changed, and then all of us were in like this kind of maze competition kind of thing, where we had to go save somebody that was like screaming. So we like raced down these stairs, through like this kind of like maze thing, and then we got to the other stairs that went in all different directions. So we all split up, and then we all met up, and then suddenly I would like started over again in the beginning, but it had changed, and I wasn't with the Avengers anymore. I was with a friend from high school named Julia, and then, so to begin this maze competition, we're starting over. The first thing had to do was pick out a bike to ride down the stairs, and there were a bunch of other people. So I guess this was more of it wasn't like a saving kind of person thing anymore, but there was a bunch of other people, and they all got a bike and started, and then I took forever because suddenly all the bikes didn't have seats. They were like those little trick bikes that have tiny seats or just no seats at all, and so I obviously wanted a bike with a seat, so I took a long time picking out a bike, but I finally picked one out, rode it down the stairs, and then we were in this kind of basement thing that was kind of like set up as like a kitschy like kind of gift shop kind of thing you get like for tourists and stuff. And so the next part of this competition was like a scavenger hunt in this maze. We had like a list, and we had to go find these things. And I don't remember what was on the list, but I remember finding the things. And then my friend Julia was there also, and then my other friend Riley from college, she's my roommate, she was there helping me for some reason. And I remember we completed a good amount of it, and I remember feeling, as I was doing that, feeling deja vu, like I had done this before. And then that's when the dream ended, or that's when I stopped remembering what it was about. So, kind of long and like a little bit complicated, but vividly remembered that. In terms of like analyzing it and like what it means, that dream is related to a lot of things that I had been doing or thinking about the day before or the couple days before, and I do happen to find that that's typically what happens when I do remember what I'm dreaming about. A couple of days ago, I had a dream that one of my friends in high school, that I had a dream about her, and I had just spoken to her the day before for the first time in like 2 or 3 years. And the dream that I just described, I remembered it so well because the day before I had been on a bike ride with a very uncomfortable seat, hence the seatless bike. And I was discussing my high school friend Julia. We were discussing her family because my mom and I were talking about moving somewhere that was next to her family. And I'd also watched The Avengers that day, so there was that also. So I would say I'm much more inclined to go with the relating to daily life and learning and stuff like that, because I frequently see connections between my dreams and like my daily life and my interactions in life. As for Freud's theory about like representing taboo and troublesome wishes or desires, I would have to say that I don't really agree with that. I can't say that I recall a dream that I have had, that is related to this theory or in any way kind of goes along with that theory. So, yeah, I'm definitely much more inclined to go with the first one, but yeah, it makes a lot more sense to me. So I don't really think Freud has a lot to stand on for that one, but it's an interesting idea, and I would be very interested in seeing who relates to that, because that's not an experience that I have had with my dreams.